everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. Today we are going to be setting up my April bullet journal. Okay, so first things first, I flipped my bullet journal over because when I was sketching this out, I sketched out all of my things and then realized that my bullet journal was upside down and I was not about to redraw all of them. So the total first half of my cover page is completely upside down, and that's just what we're rolling with because that's what happens sometimes. So this theme, now that it's upside down, is kind of just like a whimsical, doodly, simple line drawy type of theme, I guess. I was inspired by a pin that I saw on Pinterest. I can link my Pinterest down below, and I will then link that pin so that you guys can see kind of what my inspiration was. And I really like this kind of whimsical, it's kind of witchy. Maybe some people could describe it as goblin core, which is a thing that I've heard, which I think is a hilarious name. Anyway, what I wanted to go for with this theme though was just kind of like fun, spring-ish vibes doodles. It's a little bit witchy, kind of dark, some stars, and that's what I was going with, and I think it turned out great. So the color palette that I'm working with is black, blue, and gold. The black pen that I'm using, besides just my fine liner, is actually a watercolor pen. I received it as a gift quite a while ago, but I will try and see if I can find it to link it below. Most of my supplies will be linked, or at least I'll tell you what they are in the description box, so if you're curious, you can go down there. And then the gold is a Muji pen, I think. So yeah, I just kind of went in and added color as I went. Usually when I make these types of videos, I would do like all of the black at one time, and then all of the blue, and then all of the gold. But I wasn't sure exactly where I was going to place the color, so I kind of wanted to just do it as I went so that I could see how balanced it was and like where I needed to add more blue or more gold or whatever. So that is what I'm working on for this main cover page. I really wanted to make sure the page was filled, and to do that I used a lot of these small little doodles of like a crescent moon or little stars, dots, leaves, that kind of thing. I think that's a really fun way to spice up a spread because it fills up the page without it being too busy, but I also kind of like the little bit of like busyness that is present with this theme. I think that it just works really well. Also, something that I made sure to do, which is kind of random, is I made all of the leaves pretty long strokes versus what I usually do is kind of like short, fatter leaves. So that was a little bit different for me. And then I just wrote April in blue. And then here I'm drawing my calendar, and I'm doing it really haphazardly. Honestly, this probably won't be a super functional calendar, but I kind of wanted to just do something different and fun. So I just drew out 30 boxes and then labeled them. Like I think that I'm pretty sure the first day of the month is Saturday. So I just wrote like Saturday 1 on it. And then I did that with all of them. So they're kind of really all over the place, and they don't really go necessarily like super in order. But I thought that it would be a fun way to do a calendar because honestly, I don't really use these calendars that much. They're just kind of there. So I was like, might as well make it fun because I do like to have it. So yeah. And then I went with the squiggly boxes just because, again, I thought that that would be fun. I drew more little doodles on this side. A little butterfly, a little face, and you'll see me draw a little duck in a second. I also drew another axolotl, which is like this amphibian thing. If you don't know what they are, you should look them up because they're really adorable and they always look like they're smiling. And honestly, I want one as a pet, but my husband said no, so because he thinks they're creepy, but I think they're so cute. Anyway, so I wanted to include one because I thought that they were a lot of fun. And then I just went in and like in the spaces in between my boxes did a lot of little doodles of like leaves and stars and flowers, that kind of thing. Some more crescent moons, just to bring it all together and kind of fill up those empty spaces so that there was something there. Okay, so my next couple spreads are all of my weeklies for the entire month. So this is the same type of setup that I did last month. If you missed that, I'll make sure to link it in the description and in the cards. But basically what I do is I cut vertical Dutch doors, make tabs on them, and then those are each of my weeklies. On the left side, I like to have a Kanban board for my video ideas. I also write down what videos I'm going to do that month, and I made a spot for my April TBR, which means to be read if you don't know. And then on the right side, I made a little habit tracker. I did this same habit tracker last month, and I really, really like how it worked. So I wanted to incorporate that again. To be completely honest with you, after I cut my tabs, I was like, dang it, I really wish I would have done a horizontal Dutch door instead of a vertical one, but it was too late, so hopefully I'll remember to try that for next month because I really wanted to, and I just didn't realize till it was too late. So that's a super bummer, but I didn't want to waste these pages in my bullet journal. So I will use them, and it is a really functional setup for me, and I do really like how this setup works. So it's not like it's a complete disaster or anything, but I was really bummed that I didn't realize I wanted to do that until after I cut my tabs. So that's just something to think about. If you're going to cut in your bullet journal, just make sure you really think about it before you do it. So again, I'm just going in and drawing the same type of drawings that I did on the first cover page. I drew a little mushroom on the side there, little crescent moons, doodles, whatever, and then I'm using that watercolor pen to paint my tabs. I decided to paint all of my tabs black this month. Sometimes I'll do, like last month I did different colors for each tab, but I thought that it would be fun to just do all of them in black this month and kind of, I don't know, I thought it made it cohesive and looked kind of cool to have all of them be black. So yeah, that's why I decided to do it that way. So then I'm just going in and making this habit tracker. Basically, there's a line for each day and a column for each habit. So I like to track eating dinner because I'm really bad at that. I'm trying to get better. Reading my scriptures every day, and then reading a general conference talk from my church's general authorities, and then exercise, which I'm also not great at, but trying to get better at. So those are the things I track, and I just highlight it. I'll just highlight it with that same blue as I'm tracking it. So these are all of my spreads. I wanted to show you a little closer up because it's kind of hard to see all the details during the setup, but I really like how this turned out. I really love all of these fun drawings and kind of the witchy vibes a little bit, and how there's like some fun little animals in there. And I really like how those tabs look with all of the nice black, and how it's pretty simple with the doodles, but it still just adds a little something to make the page more interesting. Okay, so that was it. There's definitely some things about this theme that I wish would have gone differently, but overall I do really like how it turned out. I always get a little bit nervous when I add color to my sketches that it's going to ruin it, but I think this time it definitely improved it. So I was very happy with that. Let me know what your April theme is and if you liked this theme, and I'll see you in the next one.